Daniel Dubois, he's coming off a victory. I'm a bit late on this video, but we're here now. He's coming off a victory off Nathan Gorman. It was a great victory and he looked good. It's hard to believe that Dubois is about my age and this guy is built like a tank. Dubois did well, really well. Early on in his career, when I was watching his earlier fights against the likes of, let me go down here. I've watched all his fights at this point. Like his earlier fights against like AJ Carter and D.L. Jones and Tom Little and whatnot. Even that Kevin Johnson fight, which people give him stick for not knocking him out. It was like AJ's the only person who really knocked him out. TV won by Johnson, but the guy literally just stands there. He's got his little Philly show that he tries to do. He just stands there and blocks, and a lot of fighters not going to sit there and just wait at him in the ropes because it's a waste of energy and like, you don't want to burn yourself out in any type of fight. But in saying that, earlier in his career, I was looking at him like, he's quiet, maybe he's not that great, maybe he hasn't got a lot of confidence, maybe he's, I was a bit skeptical on him, and then, as time's gone on, like in the Richard Latte fight, which was really entertaining, and then in this fight against Gorman, he's been getting better and better and better at each fight. And sometimes when you're watching Daniel Dubois, you always forget how young the guy is, man. You always forget that he's not 28 or 26 or 29. He hasn't got this huge amateur. I think I forgot. I was looking up yesterday. I forgot how many amateur fights he had, but it wasn't loads. You always forget that, but he showed a lot and he's coming along very well. Big, strong guy. He used his jab well against Gorman. He basically controlled the pace of the match from round one, from early on. Okay, maybe because round one was a bit evenish, but after that, he controlled the whole fight. Gorman had this one tactic of looking to do like no look left hook. He kept trying it, and no offense to, I don't know who taught him that, it was Hatton or whatnot, and I get what they're trying to do. Don't look, you catch him with left hook, he goes down, it looks good, spectacular, and it could sort of throw him off because it's sort of like a feint in a way, but it wasn't working, and Gorman was throwing that punch from round one. So when you're throwing that punch from round one, the problem is now Dubois knows, okay, this is what you're doing, because he's throwing left hook from early. He kept throwing it. I think Hatton said to him after round one, stop throwing left hook, because when you keep throwing it from early, now he knows I'm expecting this guy to throw left hook because he keeps throwing it now. So Dubois knew from early the tactic wasn't working. Gorman, coming into the fight, I was unsure because I hadn't been too happy with Gorman's performances before this fight. He wasn't performing too great for me. He wasn't looking spectacular. Like the Kevin Johnson fight that Gorman had was terrific. Like it was terrible. And then let me click on his profile right now and get a couple of things up. I like Gorman, by the way, so I don't act like I'm shitting on the guy or anything like that. But the I can't pronounce the guy's name. Raj Kujani fight wasn't. I was looking at him. He wasn't looking great to me at all in performances. He was going to points of a lot of these guys, and I get Gorman's not a guy who has a lot of power, but it wasn't too great. But I just thought that Dubois had too much strength, power, and just the size to keep Gorman off him. Now, size and strength is not everything. Obviously, in your boxing IQ, you saw that in like the AJ and Ruiz thing. But yeah, Dubois just looks great. He looks really good. Frank Warren says he's gonna be fighting on September. Now this is gonna be interesting because does he step up from Nathan Gorman or does he go back down? Because the fight is coming so early, I'm expecting it to be a bit of a step down opponent, like a takeover opponent, which is fine. There's no rush for him, man. Like he's been stepping up pretty nicely and slowly, Dubois, but there's no rush. The guy's 21. He's talking about having the World Championship next year. He doesn't need to rush for it. When you're 21 and you're a pro, if I was a pro at my age right now, that I won't be rushing nowhere. You still got so many years in the game, you know. Boxers normally fight to like the mid to late 30s. Well, that's what you'd hope, but some go over. So he's got like 15 years in the game, unless he wants to retire by his 30, you know, because brain damage and whatnot. But yeah, he's got time. There's no rush to get to the belt, and I get they probably want it now, but there's no rush for him, man. You can just take your time. Now, I'd be interested to see his face. People have been saying, oh, he should face a winner of Price versus Dave Allen. That would be an interesting one. That's never going to happen. We know it's not going to happen because obviously Matchroom, why would Matchroom put that guy in, and or BT put that guy in, or Queensberry Promotions, sorry, put that guy in with a opposing promotions team. That's not gonna happen. But it'll be interesting to see where they go next Dubois. He's actually a good talent, and the heavyweight division going forward is like so. It's so interesting because you got these prospects coming up now. You feel like when like the Joshua's and Wilders and Furies are like moving on at age, you still got a lot of people coming up. He's gonna just like be good for the division. So I look forward to see where they go with all this type of stuff. Dubois, congrats on your performance. He looked great, man. And Gorman again. It's not the end for him again. A loss doesn't mean end or be all in boxing. I've said this before. I'm a big MMA fan. In MMA, a loss doesn't kill you. It doesn't mean you're done. You can always come back. Like you just saw Ben Askren get knocked out in 5 seconds. But how many people are looking at Ben Askren and going, "Oh, he's done. He's finished. He's done. He can never come back from that." They don't. You know, he can still come back and win fights, even if you're knocked out. It depends where you are mentally, but you can always come back and do it. Like you saw, like this fight to me was the equivalent of AJ versus Dillian White, and not equivalent, but it's just both British level fighters who are on the cusp of going to European/world level. So, and they're big prospects as well. So will Gorman become like on the level of Dillian White? I don't know. It depends how much he wants it, how much he wants to train. If you guys have the ability to do so, but yeah. Another thing about Gorman that I need to mention, I forgot to mention as well, was his weight. He came in here at 256. Too heavy. I think one thing that let him down in this fight was his feet. He didn't have the speed. He has good hand speed, but he didn't have the feet to beat Dubois. Dubois kept beating to a jab. And my hand was saying to him, instead of jumping out, when Dubois for the jab or comes forward, so you jumping backwards out of range, slip to the side and try to get try to do work from there. He didn't have the feet. I think he came in too heavy. 256 was pretty heavy. Now let me look over here and see what Gorman's weight has been recently. Oh, so he's been pretty heavy. Oh, there he is. I'm looking at the wrong side. He came in heavier in this fight than he has in his last 2 fights. Yeah, he needs to drop some of that weight. Now he didn't look like overly weight in the ring, but when you're 6'4", like when you're 6'4", being at 256 isn't your best weight. You know, you got I think Tyson Fury might be around that type of weight. So yeah, or that 260. So that's not your best type of weight. So yeah, he needs to just cut some of that weight. Maybe it could be faster than his feet, get some of the bigger guys. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you're watching this video, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Subscribe if you're new. I got more videos coming out soon. On our stuff, we got some big fights coming up. We got the Dillian White fight coming this week, so that should be pretty interesting. And Dave Allen and David Price. So